Hello, gorgeous goddess, and welcome. My name is Rochelle, and this is Healing Twin Flames with Empowerment Experiences, where we talk about twin flames, awakening, ascension, self-love, mindset, manifestation, and all such tools and topics to look for and find our power all along that which is this twin flame self-love empowerment journey. And a twin flame journey is most certainly a self-love empowerment journey, as the only way to come into union with our twin is through coming home to union within. To reunite with the you that you truly are, and in turn your counterpart can do the same, and then come back home to each other. But you must come home to yourself first, because you are your twin. And that power, that connection is within. It's nowhere else. In today's video, I am bringing forth the Goddess Rising Empowerment message for Thankful to Thrive Thursday this week, to reveal for us all in the collective where to be looking for and finding power in these current energies. Now, while these messages are coming through for the Divine Feminines and the Twin Flame Collective, if you aren't sure whether this message is for you, I certainly do not believe in coincidence. Quite frankly, I encourage my followers to delete that word from your vocabulary entirely because it is a very disempowering word. When all things are divine and all things are synchronistic, that is where your power is recognizing you are divine. And you are being guided by the divine, because all is connected, transcending the illusion of separation. Therefore, if this message has found you, then it is meant for you to hear, as there is most certainly to be something herein that you are needing to receive to support you in your self-love empowerment journey, as we all are on a self-love empowerment journey, even if not resonating with the twin flame concept. While those on a twin flame journey are coming to know that we are our twin flame, we know too that all messages to come through are for each our own selves, to find our power in our journeys, no matter what our divine counterparts may or may not be doing in theirs. It's time to focus on you, Goddess, not on him. That's why you feel so disempowered. That's why you feel as though you are struggling and overwhelmed and discouraged and suffering, because you are perpetuating that. It doesn't have to be that way. We actually choose suffering, albeit subconsciously for the most part. Pain is for sure, but suffering is optional. And when you know how to look for and find your power in your journey, that is when you really minimize that suffering, because you're able to shift out of that. You're able to truly heal those wounds within you so you can rise and thrive on your journey. You didn't come here to suffer, Goddess. I know the ego likes to tell us that we chose to come here to suffer, to struggle. Now, while yes, we chose to incarnate in this realm, we sure as fuck didn't choose to come here to suffer. We came to transcend that suffering, to heal the pain, and continue rising into joy. Joy is a higher frequency than even love is. We are the ones that are choosing our experience here, Goddess, just as we chose to come here. And when we allow ourselves to fall into the trap, the ego trap, that I am supposed to suffer, that I don't deserve that I'm not allowed that, then you continue to perpetuate that. The same very, very much goes for your twin flame separation or your twin flame connection. Whatever it looks like right now is because of the stories you are telling about it. That you're telling about yourself, about relationships, about men, about your counterparts specifically. It's time to get off the subject. And by that, I mean, you could never forget your counterpart, yet the ego wants to latch on so tightly to something, so tightly, especially to our twin flame, that we end up choking off the oxygen to it. Right? You're not letting it flow. And therefore, you're actually suffocating it. You're suffocating him. It's about you coming into your power, goddess. It's about you then to focus on what your calling is, what your mission is. How can you create and cultivate love in your own life, especially for yourself, so you can really truly be loving from the inside out. Because true love can only begin within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. And that energy frequency, that is your bat signal for your divine counterpart to come back to you. That's what unconditional love is to be able to let them go without judgment. Without judgment for yourself, and certainly without judgment for them. So that you can be focusing on feeling empowered, feeling loved, feeling excited about your life, regardless of what they are doing or are not doing. I know what it is to be so caught up in your mind of bullshit. And that's why I'm so excited to be sharing and supporting through my newly relaunched Empowered with Rochelle Goddess Rising Mentorship Group. This group coaching where we do live Zoom groups, 2 to 3 hours, 3 times a month, where you are able to get that direct support, not just from myself, but to be supported with sister goddesses who are also on this journey with you. And we dive into rewriting and reframing all your beliefs. We look at guided meditations and chakra healing and empaths and narcissism and manifestation and mindset and morning routines and all things that are the encompassment of self-love empowerment. Because we are many layered and multifaceted beings, and it is time that you rise and thrive, goddess. You can learn more about EWR, that is the acronym for it, EWR at empowermentexperiences.com. I will put that link down below, and you can check it out. All that said, let's see what messages the cards have for us, shall we? The cards, we'll see about angel numbers and animal messengers and whatever else I am guided to share. And I welcome any comments, any inquiries, any feedback that you have, any revelations and aha moments that you have during these empowerment messages, these intuitive readings that I bring forth for us all. Plus, just by developing your own little signature to comment on every video of mine, even if it's a couple emojis that you drop just to let me know you stopped by, that'd be great. That definitely supports me in getting these messages out to those who really are needing to hear them most, just like you. That said, shall we? In my whole new little corner here, my new little setup, exciting times. So all that said, what are we needing to know right now as So many goddesses on their twin flame journey are feeling so flustered, so powerless, so much pain. So much pain. Asking for help, asking for support. And the key is to allow yourself to receive it. That's the greatest challenge that I see with this support factor, is we cry out to the universe, begging and pleading for someone to help us. But when that opportunity comes along, we say, oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I don't have the time. Oh, I don't have the energy. Really? Then months later, you realize that, oh, I'm still where I was months ago, perpetuating these same cycles. Maybe it's time I allow myself the support I keep begging the universe for. Because it is an energetic exchange. And even I myself, as an entrepreneur, as someone who definitely has stepped into sharing her gifts with the world, be they my intuitive gifts, my coaching gifts, all these things, the wisdom, the understanding that I have gained throughout my journey, to honor that and being able to receive that reciprocity. And that's the key here, is recognizing that things need to flow. And when we do not allow things to flow, then guess what? We are out of alignment with the flow. That's when shit gets really shitty, because we're resisting. We're saying no. We're saying no to that, which is in turn us also saying no to ourselves. And that's very much a discernment factor. That's very much something that's hitting me right now in this moment, is being very discerning. Is this saying no to myself by saying no to that? Or am I saying yes to myself when I say no to that? Or am I saying no to myself when I say yes to that? It's really finding that balance where you are saying yes to you all the time. Being able to recognize that, yes, this feels good. I am saying yes to me, and you win and I win and we all win. It's a win-win-win. That's the time that we are moving into. But we must be that change, meaning we must allow ourselves to receive. For if we do not allow ourselves to receive, then we are out of alignment with the flow. So, be gentle with yourself, kind. Allow yourself to receive, Goddess. You're not expected to do it all by yourself. Truth, that's the word I just heard. Allow yourself to step into your truth. Allow yourself to be supported in doing that. Okay? So, that's such a big thing, is that allowing yourself to be supported. That is what being kind to yourself is about. Instead of expecting yourself to carry the load all by yourself, when the universe is so readily offering you support to help carry that load, yet you continue to dismiss it and say no, while you continually get weighed down more and more and more and more, and spinning your wheels. Like literally, I just saw, tires in quicksand, where you're just spinning, and the faster you try to go, the deeper you get stuck. At that point, you've got to allow someone to come along with a tow rope and pull you out. But you've got to be the one to steer the car. You've got to be the one willing to receive that outstretched hand. I mean, I get it. I'm grateful to have a coach. And here's something that's also come up very large for me to, very important for me to actually bring to light is doing these readings, doing any intuitives like this or receiving them yourself. I had to learn in the beginning of my twin flame journey that the more I would look around for people who were doing readings to tell me what I already actually know inside of me, the less empowered I would feel. The more I was relying on external sources to give me information about my twin flame connection or about where to really look for and find my power, was the more I was giving my power away to external sources, and in turn to my counterpart. Instead, to be calling that power back, calling my energy back and saying, you know what, no more. What can I do for myself to empower myself into feeling better about myself, about my journey, about my life? I am the catalyst. So what can I do for myself to better myself? Meaning to feel better, to think better. I encourage you to rewind that and to learn what I was just saying there. To recognize that you are the catalyst goddess. And nothing changes in your life until you change it. So, let's literally get fired up about your life. Again, you want things to change, you want things to shift. You've got to allow for them to shift. You've got to be the one that's facilitating that shift by nurturing it. What excites you? Start small. What little, even for myself today, I actually just bought some yarn, some new yarn. I used to have so much yarn that I was like, oh, I wish I still had all that yarn. But I didn't, I digress. I got to go pick out some new colors because my chair has a coating on it that's officially deteriorating. And I'm a crocheter, so I am actually excited about crocheting little arm covers and a chair cover in the coolest freaking variegated green. Oh my gosh, because I kind of like green, just a little bit, But to really be in that space of just being present again, just crocheting, watching movies or something, listening to Mind Food, being present, starting to allow myself to be excited about something. Because I get it, goddess, I get it is so challenging right now to get fired up about your life, to be excited about something, anything in your life. And so even if it's something small like that, like I do have several other projects I'm working on, but this one is exciting for me in the sense of, wow, I used to crochet all the time. Like I used to crochet things to sell years and years and years ago. This was back when people didn't really appreciate the time involved in hand creating something. So I stopped doing that a long time ago, but I've missed it. And so it feels really good, something so simple. But here's the key, goddess, is that when you allow yourself to utilize little things, perceivably little things, because here, and I always go back to sitting in the back seat of the car in India as we were on our way to the airport. And I had told my love that I wanted to have samosas in India. I had tried them for the first time a couple months before I went to India. And he had to tell me what they were. I went to an Indian event here in the Phoenix Valley. And I took a picture of it and sent it to him. And he told me what they were. So we're in Goa a couple months later, Goa, India. And we are on our way to the airport. And the hotel we were at did not have samosas on the room service menu or up at the rooftop lounge. So I didn't get to have samosas. I didn't say anything or think much of it, but on our way to the airport, RV speaks in Hindi to the driver. And next thing I know, we pull over. And Arby gets out and he runs up there, and I'm thinking he's getting a pack of cigarettes or something. So I stop watching, and I'm just kind of sitting there taking in the moment that I was on my way to leave that country, and I didn't know if or when I would ever be back again. And next thing I know, he opens the car door, and he slides in beside me, and he puts this warm plastic bag of something in my lap. And I look at him, and he just kind of smiled, and I looked in the bag, and I was like, oh my God, samosas. He said, yeah. And I looked at him, I said, it's always the little things that become the big things. And that is one of my most cherished memories from that trip. I got to actually have Indian samosas in India. All because he remembered. It was one of my wishes. So, dear Goddess, it's the little things that turn into the big things. And by that I mean is when you can find little things that excite you in your journey, whatever that is, that raises your vibration, that empowers you to release the resistance, to slow the momentum of all of these bullshit beliefs that are actually keeping you in separation with your counterpart, keeping you in separation from any and all of your manifestations, is once you can release that resistance, let go of that death grip on some of these beliefs that you have, you then are able to shift them so much easier. You're able to reframe them when they represent themselves. Otherwise, if you continue to stay on it and hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it again, you're choking off the oxygen to your desires. So, it's time to get excited about life, Goddess. Everything that you see right now has already been manifested. Leave what is where it belongs, which is already manifested. It's already gone. So what are you creating next? How can you get excited now so that what's coming next is more excitement, more of an experience to excite you, because that's your point of attraction. That's what you are attracting. Whatever you emit, that's what you get. And if you are putting out the vibration of, I miss my counterpart, I wish I had that, I don't have that, oh my God, I'm so miserable, I'm so heartbroken, it's so painful, then guess what? What's coming next is more of that, more of that, more of that. This is why it's important to have a coach or a support group of a higher caliber, in the sense of the accountability, the level of accountability that comes with, especially in my Empowered with Rochelle mentorship group. When we meet nearly every week, I have a private Telegram group, which is separate from my Rise and Thrive tribe, my free tribe on Telegram. But we have a separate private group that no one else sees except for paying members of the group, where you can be fully open and we can discuss everything that we discuss during our Zoom groups. You get that support at the deepest level possible. And that's definitely something to be excited about. I'm excited about it because, wow, do I miss doing that so much. So, all of that said, oh, there it is, teamwork. And when we do these Zoom groups, when this group is around, you get to experience other people's questions and in turn responses. What empowerment tools and resources and techniques and practices are they given that will help you in your connection to? And it never fails. There's always so often where someone asks a question and someone else goes, oh my gosh, I needed to know that too. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for asking that. Teamwork will definitely give you better results. This is why I am very much the fan of doing group programs, because I feel everybody wins at such a greater capacity, in such a deeper level. Not to say that one-on-ones are not powerful in and of themselves, but there's just something so sacred about being vulnerable and supported by a group of sisters who are going and growing through the exact same shit, just from a different perspective as you are. So you can really truly recognize you are not alone. So, abundance abounds, Goddess. This is again that embodiment space. You've got to feel what you would feel of already having that which you desire. You've got to feel that now. And abundance is your birthright. It's important to recognize that when we chose to incarnate here, we also chose to forget the truth of ourselves, so that we could be awakening to remembering. And as we awaken to remember, we are growing stronger and stronger and stronger, more and more powerful. It's like this soul journey is what it is. It's this soul journey where every time we incarnate and we have to reclaim our power in this, we grow stronger. Every cycle we reincarnate and we grow stronger and stronger. And that's why for so many of us, this lifetime has been so fucking excruciating, because we have up-leveled so much in our soul's schooling, our soul's education, that we are at such an advanced level that we sign up for some hefty shit. Especially those of us who have experienced so much trauma and abuse and some really dark days in our lives, so that we can become even more anchored into the knowing of the truth of ourselves once we rediscover that. What that means to be coming back home to you, meaning to be diving into yourself, focusing on you. This is why, again, I remind you, your counterpart is not your mission. You are your mission, because within you is where you will find that soul purpose. You will find what ignites that fire in you, what lights you up. Your counterpart is not what lights you up. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he does. I feel that too. However, it's being very crystal clear on ego attachment versus soul connection. I even made a video about that where I was very much in this channeling space. Being very clear, because soul connection is rooted, is not just rooted, but anchored, fully anchored in faith. Ego attachment is in fear. Fear of loss, fear of abandonment. You must be the embodiment of that which you desire to experience before you will. You must believe it before you will see it. You must be it before you will see it. It is be, do, have. Not have, be, do, or have, do, be. You gotta be it first. You gotta be it first. So let's see what our Lightworker cards have to reveal for us. Oh. Well, again, don't be dimming your light. That's, again, what this Passion card is about. Is you are here to be the beacon that you have come to be. You have come to anchor the light and amplify the love, like a lighthouse. And a lighthouse must be sturdy and strong and confident and stable and bright, shining into the darkness, illuminating the path for others to follow, to come out of that darkness. This is why a self-love empowerment journey is so many layered and multifaceted, because really the root of it, of all of the tools and techniques and practices and resources out there, it is coming from all these different angles, like this 360-degree angle, and you again are that lighthouse. To recognize that the power is within you, and you are here to be you true. The true version of yourself. And in order to step into that version of you, where you are confident and sure and loving and excited and joyful and happy and abundant, it means to be that, to step into that. So, really be looking at yourself and getting clear on how you are dimming your light. How are you keeping yourself in a box, or, well, as I like to reference, because my divine counterpart would call me baby. I never was a fan of pet names until he called me baby, and I just love that he called me baby. Because what really came through for me is from Dirty Dancing. Nobody puts baby in a corner. And sweet sister goddess, nobody puts you in a corner unless you let yourself be put in a corner. The only one who's limiting you is you. Again, saying no to that support. Not letting yourself get excited about the little things, when right now it can feel so challenging to find anything big to be excited about, especially with the current state of this great awakening that we are still very deep in right now. But you are the catalyst, goddess. You are the catalyst. You are the one that can allow, and you're the only one that can allow yourself to feel better. So, any recommendations on what we need to focus on to be feeling better currently in these energies that we are in the midst of? Holy moly. Well, that's quite an abundance there. Well, right there, trust your path. Number one, trust your path. Okay, I always like to remove the if. So, knowing that you are supported, what are you now willing to do? Knowing that you are supported, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to dream? Are you willing to allow yourself to receive that support? Trust your path, goddess. You are birthing a new age. You really, truly are. You did not come here to continue to perpetuate the old. So that is why we ourselves must shift into the versions of ourselves that we have come to be in order to be the change in this world. True change begins within. True change begins when we choose to truly change. So, play, have fun. Again, the little things. What are things that you could do that allow yourself, that empower yourself to feel good about yourself, your journey, about even your twin flame connection, regardless of what it looks like right now? And if that even means to practice the pivot and focus on other things, watch a movie, go spend time with soul sisters. Again, Empowered with Rochelle is an exciting place to be because, like I said, the Zoom meetings, you bring your challenges, whatever you've got, or we work on all sorts of curriculum that I have created, all sorts of things that you can be doing to be creating and cultivating and thus expanding that love from within yourself so that you are feeling empowered. You are having fun. So here we are again, affirming this. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? Look at yourself through the most honest glasses that you can allow yourself to look through, Goddess. Be real with yourself. What aspects of yourself are out of alignment with the version of yourself that is in divine harmonious union, with physical union with your counterpart, living the life that you desire to be living? You want to, for instance, like I want to have a camper. I want to have a camper. I want to live that life, like a van life, a schoolie. I'm loving all of that. That looks exciting to me. To live like a turtle, my house on my back. Wherever I go, there I am. Home, I'm home. I'm home. Right? What things in the life that you desire to be living are contradicting things in this life that you're living now? So in this life now, what things do you need to shift in order to align yourself with this life here that you desire to be living? That again, you are the catalyst, and nothing is going to change until you change it. You have to be the change in order to create the change. It's all energy. It's all that point of attraction. So, how are you being called to step up and lead? To lead in your own life, to lead in this divine connection with your counterpart. Goddess, the reason you are the, as I like to say, the aware awakened one, because I really truly believe for so many of my audience that our counterparts, they're awakened to our connection. They're just not fully in that embracing space of it, right? They're aware to a certain degree, they're awakened to a certain extent, but they're still very much resistant to it. They're still running because things are out of balance within ourselves. So what is it, again, what is out of alignment within you that is creating this misalignment in your life, in your twin flame connection, in your career, in your other relationships, your job, your family, any aspect of your life? What can you shift so that you are leading in your own life? And that's the key here, Goddess, is to be the leader for yourself in your life. To say, I am not gonna follow anybody. I'm not a sheep, I'm not a follower. I'm a fucking eagle. I'm a lion. I lead. Especially that eagle. Fly above, fly free. So, how are you being called to step up and lead in your own life, in your twin flame connection? What things do you need to shift in yourself to better align yourself with the outcome that you desire, with the path that you are desiring to be walking down? To trust that what you have asked for already is. To walk, talk, and live as though it already is. And allow yourself that support. Allow yourself to be excited as though it already is. That's what, again, it's about, raising that vibration. And that's it. Again, what is out of alignment? What is triggering you? Who or what is being so blatant in your life that you are being asked to really look at that so you can shift that, so you can finally reframe that, rewrite that story, reframe that belief so that you are in better alignment with what you desire? These are all very, very important questions to be asking yourself. To really be in that space of focusing on you. Because I have definitely noticed a trend also in my goddess tribe, the not meditating, not really truly practicing that self-love empowerment, but instead to be focused on what the counterpart's doing, what messages they're sending you from their 5D higher self, instead of focusing on you. Wow. 3, 2, 1, and 4, 5, 4. 4, 5, 4, I can already tell you right now, is very much anchored in that practicing presence, being in the present moment. And that is when and where we connect with our power, is right now in this present moment. Let me look up, because I really would like to see what these are. My nose is itching like crazy right now. Like, it's really interesting. I wonder what that's like. Seriously, itchy nose. I'm gonna have to look that up. So, do I have a 3, 2, 1? Not on here, but I do have 4, 5, 4. 4, 5, 4, come into the present moment. You are safe. Embrace your destiny. You are supported. Oh my gosh. You are supported. A clarified plan is essential for an optimal outcome. Oh my gosh. A block or a limiting belief is holding you back from full self-expression. Wow. What is out of alignment in your life? How are you dimming to fit in? Oh my goodness, like 4, 5, 4 is so very much on this space here for supporting this. Let me, because I do not have my little square made for 3, 2, 1. Angel number meaning for 3, 2, 1 is, oh my gosh, encouragement to begin pursuing your heart's desires. Angels are asking you to have faith in your abilities to succeed. Be optimistic about your future and trust that you will eventually fulfill all your desires and plans. And that is exactly, again, it. Why? Why to get excited about what it is that you desire as though it already is, because that is the key to closing the gap. Is to be putting yourself in alignment with meeting your desire down the path that it's coming. That is the trust your path. To trust that you are always on your path. To stop second guessing yourself. To, again, be kind with yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop undermining the entire bedrock of you. You know what lights you up, goddess. You are allowed to be excited. You are allowed to feel good. Whatever that looks like for you. Wow, like that's, wow. And one more point here that pops out is telling you, 3, 2, 1 is telling you to get in touch with all aspects of your life. Align your life. Wow. It's likely that you are just sailing through life or suffering through life, right? Struggling through life without a clue as to who you truly are. Do you understand your passions? Do you know how to harness your strengths? Wow. This, I'm just like, this is so exactly what this empowerment message is all about right now. It's about you coming back home to you getting in alignment within yourself. That's what it is to come home to union within, is getting into alignment with yourself inside you, to be an embodiment of who you truly are. No matter what your counterpart is or is not doing, to know that you are twin flames and that you're okay with letting him go do whatever the fuck he gonna go do. Because you know what is true within you, and you know you got shit to do too. You know that you're on a mission. Whatever that is right now, the very root of that is to find your bliss and follow it. To tune in to what feels good, so you are uplifting humanity, so you are anchoring the light and amplifying the love through doing what you love, being in the energy of that which you love. Dear sweet goddess, another amazing message for this week, for this Thankful to Thrive Thursday. And I'm just sitting here like, how can I squeeze these cards in a little bit more? Yeah. So this one fits over here too. And we got 454 and 321 over here. So that said, goddess, that wraps for today's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. It really is about you getting in alignment within yourself, whatever it is you desire. Union with your divine counterpart, well, that means you've got to come into union within. You've got to return to the truth of you. And that means that you've got to be spending that time getting to know you and anchoring into your power. I didn't get to where I am overnight, that's for sure, and it was not easy. It took a lot of trial and error of learning what does and does not work. And that's exactly what I offer in my mentorship group coaching program, Empowered with Rochelle, Goddess Rising, because that's what we are, goddesses rising. And I am uplifting you to be empowered with me. That's exactly what this mentorship group is about. It is so packed full of so many tools and resources and activities and practices and techniques, guaranteed to shift you from feeling powerless to feeling powerful. You've just got to allow yourself to receive all that. That said, dear goddess, thank you so much for the gift of sharing in this empowerment message with you. I appreciate you so very much. And like I said before, please feel free to comment any aha moments, any revelations, any questions that you have. You know, videos that you may like me to create, any questions you have about Empowered with Rochelle or other ways that I can support you. That said, dear goddess, I am here to remind you that the power to create any life you desire really truly is in your hands. The power of you is in your hands because it has always been inside you. Namaste.